been 45 days that I've been broke, it ain't a joke. I told my girl I gotta get it, no more cash for the low. I'm tired of flipping pies, getting cash for the dough. I told the world I gotta live it, tell them things they didn't know. Like the grass is only green the way you grow, I have to mention I'm stacking digits and passing fridges. I had some bitches that had some interest, I had to end it. I had a Henny, I passed the Henny, I switched the Remy. I had it all when I split it down, the shit is semi. Circle getting smaller than it's ever been. Got a couple niggas hating on me, but you know I don't let them in. Is it cause my regiment? Or maybe cause my girl is too smart, a bad bitch? What a fine ass specimen.
Yeah, I be solving my class, I ain't tryna brag. Shorty looking bad, I'm about to get the fast stacks in the cash. I'm a yeah, when it's up in the yeah, I be solving my class, I ain't tryna brag. Shorty looking bad, I'm about to get the fast stacks in the cash. I'm a yeah, when it's up in the
It's been 45 days that I've been broke, it ain't a joke. I told my girl I gotta get it, no more cash for the low. I'm tired of flipping pies, getting cash for the dough. I told the world I gotta live it, tell them things they didn't know. Go and run a dash. I got a bitch and I'm running up a bag. I got a whip, I'ma go and run a dash. I got a bottle, I'ma go and pop it fast. I do this shit just to leave the haters mad. I'm on the wave and you know I keep it rocking. You know you cannot stop. I don't wanna wait for the things I wanna have. I just wanna wait until the game and run it back. Yeah, this is all that I know. I'm talking rapping big business, this is all that I know. I buy the fucking game up, make a hit, I know. I know my way around the pussy like I was a gyno. I got some more money, I ain't talking dino. Nike just the way I do it, I ain't even try though. They trying to parry me underground like a silo. That's why I'm rapping and keeping these verses heavy on point like a rhino. I fell in love with a pen, started fucking in. Yeah, the hustles are all, I painted what up with pink. I'm still allergic to broke, prescription straight to the paper. I'm destined cause I'm trying to be the greatest. Yeah, gotta make it. See my homie get deported cause he didn't have papers. Yeah, we gotta face it. Other homie locked up with the charges, gotta face it. Every day I'm smoking and I'm drinking, getting faded. Yeah, but fuck it. Now I'm paving the way. I remember not getting the bag, I was working at minimum wage. I'll be working the cash and the stacks and I'm doing this shit never lacking. Got me the bag and the side of the trip and I need me the 100 to back in. I got a bitch and I'm running up a bag. I got a whip, I'ma go and run a dash. I got a bottle, I'ma go and pop it fast. I do this shit just to leave the haters mad. Yeah. I'm on the wave and you know I keep it rocking. I'm on the wave and you know you cannot stop. I don't wanna wait for the things I wanna have. I just wanna wait until the game and run it back.
Yeah. Welcome to motherfucking High Street. Shout out to motherfucking Dallas Rose. Fame. Rebels Empire. Your girl Fame Jackson.
Get him slow.
Yeah. All in my court. I don't back and forth. Nah. When I shoot, I score. I don't miss no more. Nah. My truck 2 doors. Chanel full of ones. A closer done.
Yeah, the link is on the podcast bio. Well, what's up? We're back. Happy New Year. I'm Dallas Rose. This is the podcast. We got Fame Jackson. She's got a new outfit on tonight.
Yeah,
and our special guest, Lucas Chonch, everybody.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where's the fucking music?
Let me get that.
There we go. Nah, Fame's out. Jerry L's in the house.
Jerry L's a replacement.
Chilling tonight.
It's a solid
We've
replacement.
been hanging. Chonch brought the backwoods. We made a song.
We started
a song. We started a song. And and then what you were just listening to was new Chonch. The second one was out, right? And then the first one was not out yet?
Yeah, the second one was out. No, both of them were out.
Both of them are out, okay.
The 2 singles that I released from the...
Damn, bro, I want to hear some new shit.
You want to hear the new shit?
Yeah.
I mean, we can do a new song right now if that's cool with you.
Play an unreleased song right now.
We can do an unreleased song right now.
Do it! Get right into it, dude.
We'll get right into it, homie.
Yeah.
Do it!
Because you got an album coming out.
I do. You know, we'll keep the vibe up since we jump in.
Okay.
Since we jump in.
Who made this beat?
This beat was Terrestrial Alien.
Okay.
That's my guy. Shout out Terrestrial Alien.
I win, I lose, I win, I lose, my friends. I don't know why these things won't end. I will, I win. I hop in the whip and you know that I hit it. Tell my shorty I gotta go get it. I'm on the way, man, I'm on the way up, and you know that I won't change. I say you know, I say you know.
Yeah, I understand that you working on your patience. Steady take vacations. Hard to wait to Mexico and back up in the basement. When you was working 2 jobs and taking 2 buses at the train station. Girl,
That's you, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's cool.
motivation. When you hit the gym and hit the squats, you see the changes. Yeah, I see the changes, but they don't see the changes. Changes, and they don't see the
I hop in the whip and you know that I hit it. Tell my shorty I gotta go get it. I'm on the way, man, I'm on the way up, and you know that I won't change. I say you know, I say you know.
Yeah, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's hard, man.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Freaking ad, dude.
Fucking, your sound's crazy, bro.
I appreciate it, bro.
I think it is, like you were saying, it is super fucking unique. Like, I can't really think of anybody else that sounds like that. I can hear your influences.
Yeah.
But
who do you think the influences?
I know you, so like I know some of your influences. You know what I'm saying? But like, I definitely can hear like Future in your voice. I always hear Drake in your voice.
Bro, come on. The obvious is also Travis Scott.
Travis Scott, yeah, totally, yeah. Fucking.
I said the obvious.
Nah, but I feel like that's like
I love it.
kind of like that's the type of music you grew up on, right?
Yeah. I mean,
in a lot of ways, right?
Future, a lot heavy Future
Yeah.
influence. I was hip to Future back in 2010.
Yeah.
2009, 2010. I was in high school still. I was like a freshman or some shit, or like getting into high school or something like that still. And Future was a heavy influence for sure. Travis Scott, a little bit. Not too much, but yeah, there's some Travis Scotts. I fuck with Travis Scott heavy.
Well, he's a little later, though,
You
in
know.
that journey then, because he's like mid-2010s. He really came off.
Yeah,
like
I fuck with him early
2013.
too, though. 2013, he had a song with Big Sean in 2013 called "Don't Play."
Yeah, I know that song too.
That
yeah.
shit was. I was like, when I heard that from Travis Scott, I was like, yo,
Well,
nah, he's real.
It's because of the ambiance you be making in the backgrounds and shit
Yeah.
like that. That's what that's like where I feel like the Travis comes in.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, the mixing style kind of, right? Like, speaking of mixing, fucking Qual is engineers just about all your shit, right?
Shout out Quality.
Shout out.
Quality Beats
This shit always sounds crazy, man.
He's from
such
Korea,
a good
but he's an
engineer.
alright guy.
from Vietnam.
Oh, he's from. He looks like he got a Korean.
Technically, he's from here, but Vietnam. That's my guy.
He got a green card.
I feel like his mixes are like,
My guy.
maybe the best around.
Qual, honestly,
Like from all the local shit I hear. Like,
he up there, brother.
crazy,
He up there.
yeah.
I keep telling him, like, Qual, he got some like different vibe because he's always locked in his studio for like
Facts.
8 to 10 hours minimum a day.
Yeah.
And he's just always working on his own craft.
And he's
you know
cool
what
as
I'm
fuck.
saying?
I met him one time, and he's cool as fuck.
I've only met him, I think, once, right, when I went with you.
That was the last time you met Carl when you came to his crib?
That's the one time I've ever actually met him. Yeah.
You came to the crib. That was the first studio.
Before he got
They got to fix that fucking elevator, but he's still cool.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah, though. They were there recently.
You think, these stairs really aren't ending? That's crazy.
The elevator in the studio broke, but we trooping up there. We still be working,
go up
man.
and down, you know?
Nah, it's part of the process. We like it, you know?
It's a bit of a struggle.
You know, but nah, he killing it, man. Honestly, he's honestly one of the best producers and engineers right now.
System's crazy.
In the system.
The system is crazy.
He's good, bro.
His equipment's crazy too.
Oh, word.
Like the system, like the sound. Like he got Adams, I think. Those are dope ass.
Yeah, he got everything, man.
He got some big ones.
Shout out Qual. Quality Beats.
Studios, Quality Beats.
I like Fa, bro.
Yo, we got a problem because we have 4 mics on the table here, and there's 3 of us. You know, I feel like since I finished mine first, I should get the last one.
Go ahead, bro.
Damn.
More white
You know what I'm
privilege
saying?
for you.
You can take it. You can take it. I gotta, we gotta drive. You know what I'm saying?
Right, you guys gotta drive. I got nowhere to go, dude. I'm right here.
Cheers. He said, I got nowhere to go. I'm right here. Love
I
it.
could just go to
Cheers,
sleep
boy.
literally right here. And I'd just be chilling.
I know
It'd be
you
totally
have.
Cool.
I know you have.
I've never slept here, no.
Took a nap. Power nap.
I chilled before, but like,
Close your eyes.
I got a huge couch downstairs, dude. Like, if I'm taking a nap, I'm taking a nap there, not on this shit.
Yeah, this is for the hoes, bro.
You know, this one I can barely stretch my feet out on.
That's facts.
Yeah, this is where you gotta bring the girls to. I don't want to fuck up the couch downstairs.
That's right. Look at that. You heard it here first.
And it's got the
folks.
ambiance.
I'm saying if I did.
You need to get like a light show or some shit in here. You feel me? To create some.
What are you talking about? You don't see all the lights, bro?
No,
Those
bro.
just
Like
change colors, all that?
like some starry night shit. You know
That'd be
what I'm
cool.
Yeah, but that's a smart man. Don't fuck your wallet. You feel me?
Just
That'd
a little
be a
bit.
weird thing. That'd be a weird thing to do.
All right, so when are you dropping, dude? Give me a date right now. Because I know that you're waffling. I know you said you were supposed to drop it the other day and you didn't.
You attacking me. All right, I'm going to give you a date right now. I'm going to drop this album within the next 2 weeks.
That's such a cop-out, dude.
I'm like, within the next
That's
2
such a
weeks.
cop-out.
Within the next 2 weeks.
He's gonna drop it on a leap year, motherfucker. So every 4 years.
I'm gonna drop this album.
That'd be an increase.
Well, probably by February 1st, like
Okay.
that week of February 1st, whatever Monday that drops on.
You like to drop on Mondays?
I like Mondays.
I like that.
What's
I
it
like
called?
Mondays.
I like that.
That's my music Mondays. What's up?
What are you gonna call
Oh,
it?
the new album's called What Happens When We're Famous. So what happens
shit.
when we're famous? And the reason I'm calling it that is because, as I listen to all my old music, and it's funny enough because earlier today I was at the gym and I was listening to like one of the first things I ever made. Not even like song-wise, but like the beats I used to make like 10 years ago. And I was listening to those beats and I'm like, damn, like a lot has changed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what like I've always been thinking is, I've been noticing too, is how much my sound has changed. I wouldn't even say like changed, I would say developed, because it's like, in my head, I hear something, but when I record, I would hear something else. So I had to figure out, how can I get what's in here out here? You feel me?
Yeah.
And then I feel like I finally got there with this album. So it gave me the feel of like, when you listen to the album, I mean, honestly, I ain't trying to like toot my own horn here, but
Yeah, you are. It's all good, bro.
it sounds like, it
'Cause I've
sounds
heard
like
it.
some, like I'm famous. You feel me? Like, in my heart though, I've always felt like that though. I've always felt that like I am famous. You know what I'm saying? I used to walk around in the malls, and I still do. And it's funny because every time I'm in there, I real shit. I'd be looking around and I'd be at the food court and I'd be like, one day I know I'm not gonna be able to do this. And like truly in my heart, and I've been like that since a little kid.
Interesting, yeah,
probably
yeah.
since I was like 12 years old, on some real shit. And I would be like, I got to enjoy this because one day I won't be able to walk here. And I've been saying that and feeling that for a long time. So when I made this sound on this album, I felt like my mind was always advanced, and now my reality is finally meeting where my mind is at. You know what I mean? So y'all will listen to it when you hear this album. You're gonna be like, it's changed. It's a game changer for real.
Well, what's funny is like I forgot exactly when, but I remember when you first started playing me, when you started leaning into this sound, because when you say your sound didn't change, it developed, I can see why you said that, but it was definitely a time where it went from like here to you're like, whoa, you're over here. Like, and it was funny watching you do it, because then you showed me one song, and there was only like one song you did like that, and I was like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, keep doing that. Like, whatever it is, lean into that shit.
Into that one,
and then you went all the way in after that, and after that, it's been like, yeah, what the fuck? Like, it's been a whole new... Josh could tell you, behind your back, I've been like, yo, Chonch got some shit, bro. I was telling him for a while before he heard any of it.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, Chonch has been doing so. He's like, for real? Because he hasn't been here in a while. I'm like, dude, I know why. Because he's like in the lab. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to create something totally new. And I peeped it. Like, I want to say it's like 2 years ago, year and a half ago.
Yeah,
some shit like that. I forgot. Some shit like that.
I actually think it was the project that I released was... I released the project If I Change It's for the Better, and that was December 2021, so almost 2022.
I feel like
and
it really...
There was a song on there, and one of the songs on there sparked like more of my melodies, and then it's 2022 came about. Oh, sorry, it was 2020 to 2021. I apologize, not this last year.
Yeah.
And then in 2021. I made this song called She Knows, where I started singing and getting more of my melodies out and more of like, you know, that Travis Scott.
That ambiance.
The ambiance. That, for me, it's that Cudi / Weekend vibe. Because I grew up with Cudi and Weekend. And after I made that song She Knows, that's when I really tapped into that. And I know the song you're telling me was the song for the night. I'm trying to stay in for the night. Call my shorty because I know that she a vibe.
Yeah, there's that one. And then when I knew shit was going to be popping was Tequila with the Lime joint.
That was it. That's the song.
Oh, that's the song. Yeah, that's literally, I tell him about it every time.
2 shots of tequila with the lime.
I tell him every time still to this day, you should be promoting that.
You know what's so funny? You want to know what's actually real funny about that song?
Yeah.
So I was actually on my way to the studio a couple months back, and y'all heard of Clinton Sparks?
Yeah.
Clinton Sparks is from here. He's from Massachusetts, from Dorchester. He's been in the game forever. I've heard of Clinton Sparks since I was a little kid. Clinton Sparks has songs with Big Sean and Mike Posner called Ambiguous Girl. And Clinton Sparks been working with Lil Jon, Bubba Sparks, all these people and shit. And Clinton Sparks been in the game for years, bro. And he was doing this, he started doing a lot of live streams on Twitch, YouTube, and he did this live stream on Twitch at the time. It was a couple months back, and I hopped on it. And he was doing like, play your song, have a chance to, and you'll get, there was an A&R on it too. And he was like, play your song in front of an A&R and me and get it rated. And I was like, bet, like that would be dope. So I was driving to the studio. In the middle of driving, I'm literally with my homie Sam at the time. And I'm there like on live stream while I'm driving. And I had to send a song on my phone, this and that. It was mad complicated, bro, like to do that. And I did it, sent it, and then one of the songs that I sent at first was For the Night. The first song I sent, and it was For the Night. It was pay $100 to get him and another A&R to listen to it, and they listened to it. And it's funny because I remember you told me, yo, Chonch, this song's a hit, this, that, and the third. And then when I played it for them, you know what they said to me? What? They were like, yeah, it's all right, and this and that. They were like, you know, I couldn't really like understand this and that and the third, and I'm listening to it, and I'm listening to their opinion. Obviously I take everything with a grain of salt. And it was the complete contrast of what you said. So I was like, because in my heart I was like, yo, this song is fire. But then I looked at the comments and everybody's like, yo, this song is fire. You know what I'm saying? But it was funny because I had two people in the industry look at me and tell me, you know what, it's all right, keep working. They told me keep working. They didn't down it. They were like, no, I like it, you know, but keep, you know, it's not a hit, you know, this and that. But at the same time, I'm also talking to two dudes who aren't currently really in the vibe right now, the current vibe, you know, they've been in the game for a minute, but like in the comments were the people in the vibe, you know what I'm saying? And it was funny, that was my first relationship with industry people, you know?
Also though, like, you know, I think, you know, maybe like they were right that like it's not a hit. Like there's only a few of those type of songs. But like I think the thing to also be listening for is like, oh, this person like has the potential to make a hit. This is really cool. Like type shit. You know what I'm saying? And like that's important too.
And funny enough, I felt some type of way. And they were like, all right guys, send in your songs. So I paid another $100 and I was like, nah, I'm gonna send in another song. And they were like, hey,
$100, that sounds like a shitty money grab.
I mean, for me, I don't really give a damn because, like, I just wanted to see somebody that's in the A. I'll pay, bro. I spent over over $80,000 in the last 2 years in my music.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, I spend another $200. I spend another $300.
Yeah, but you want to use your money wisely, dude. Like, do you think it's really worth it to like just dump money in their fucking pocket while they sit there and like half pay attention to your shit?
But here's the thing: here's the thing about right there, I understand where you're coming from, and it's 100% worth it because they're not taking money from me when you're purposefully giving it to them for an opinion that you want from them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not familiar with that shit. I just, whenever I see something like that, I'm like these showcases, like, oh, come perform in front of A&Rs. I'm all like, get the fuck out of here.
So it's one of those things where I was like, I wanted to see what these guys are signed by labels.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whether they got the job because they went to college and just got the job, or whether they got the job because they worked their ass to get the job, it don't matter. They're signed by labels, and I just wanted to get, first time ever, an opinion from somebody in a label. Yeah. Because I hear the streets, and they telling me it's fire. Right. And then I hear a label, and the label telling me, yes, but it's also the two people at the label wasn't the demographic.
Well, I also, that kind of reminds me every time when, like, Kanye talks about Jesus Walks and everybody kept saying no to it.
Oh, yeah, man, that's two guys' opinion. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, if you got to shop shit around.
And that's what I said. I was like, and that's what I learned from it was like, and the funny part is like, oh no, I got to send a song for their vibe. Mm-hmm. And that's when, after I did that a couple months ago, I was like, I have like over, 100 songs unreleased right now, like close to 100, probably like 80. And I'm like, damn, if only I could send them some unreleased stuff to hit their vibe, because that's when I started tapping in. A little bit before that, like a year ago, I started tapping into...
Why you can't send an unrelease?
I couldn't. I had to send a link from like a Spotify or like, you know what I'm saying?
Another reason to drop, bro.
Oh yeah, 100%. But that's what's been pushing me to get to this album out, because I love hearing, I tell everybody, I can rap. That's the easy part, but I'm more than just a rapper. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I love making music. I'm Brazilian, so I want to make some Brazilian music, some Brazilian funk. I like reggaeton, so I want to make some reggaeton vibes. You know what I'm saying? I love, like, every now and then I like some house music. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doing that Jersey style beating house now, so like I'm like, bro, let's tap in, let's do it. You know what I mean? But rap is obviously the main in hip hop, so like I was like, oh, next time I get that opportunity, I'm gonna send something that's their vibe. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it just made me more hungry. Be like, yo, let's go make a hit. Yeah. Let's go make a hit. It was actually really dope. It was a dope experience. Right. And they were kind, they were nice. The way they talked and everything was dope. But it got me to see, because like I said, the comment section. Yeah. It was like 80 people on the stream. Yep. The comments was just lit. Nice, that's awesome. Yo, I'm from Boston too. Yo, this kid's from Boston. Yo, I'm from Boston. And I'm like, yo, that's lit. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? But the two in there, it's funny because it's like, I felt like the people's champ. You know what I'm saying? Right. The final unanimous decision, but then the people, but it was dope, man. It was dope.
Yeah, man, I feel like that's always a little tricky depending on who you're sending it to. I feel like there's people in general who have like a really good ear for music. So they probably seen, because those were like, honestly, your beginning stages of that sound anyways, in a way.
Yeah, and I made those songs like 2.5 years ago, a long time ago.
Also, I like to think of myself as an honest person. And like, if you show me some garbage, I'm going to tell you, bro. I'm always tell you, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to tell you could make it better or add some shit to it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you show me some of that early shit too, I'm like, bro, that's dope. Yeah. But you have to add more. Like, there's so much room for you to go crazy. And then after that, bro, all I hear is the second you go in the studio with Qua, it's like, all right, turn on my big ass reverb. That's what you did today. Yeah. I want that vibe. Boom, boom, boom. And you have.
It's cool how you like lay the bed first and then go over it.
Right. It's a little different kind of process. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then he hammers that shit, and he'd be like, let me find out my flow. You know what I'm saying? And then when you found out the flow, then it just flows. Because I was in one of his sessions with Qua, and it was just like, that's exactly how it went. You were like, okay, you rolled up 1,000,000 times. And then he's over here pacing. Then he finds out the flow, and then after that, after a bit of struggle, it gets just whoop. It's smooth. Yeah.
That's how.
Bro, honestly, your only problem is that you don't drop shit enough.
But I will. But that's not the problem anymore. You know, what I mean?
That whole immigrant.
You can solve that any day, because especially you got 80, 100 songs unreleased. That's crazy talk.
It was crazy because I actually got to understand why rappers don't drop music.
I think it's okay. Why?
And I'll tell you the truth. It has nothing to do with music.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with music. You forget that we're people, we're human beings.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I understood this year of why rappers don't drop music sometimes, they'll drop a project and they forget, is because sometimes they put all of themselves into a project, and then when they release it, it's like releasing all of you. Yeah. And then they forget that you gotta go find yourself again. You know what I mean? So they forget to get back to and it's not even just to the drawing board of like, get back to the studio. But it's like you got to get back to the process of everything you did to create that album, your experiences. In other words,
that's part of the reason why I think it's kind of a mistake for upcoming artists, because it does take a lot out of you.
Yeah, you gotta stay living, man. You gotta stay living.
I like your thoughts, right, bro? And I think that's a prime example of why y'all need somebody to manage your career a little bit. Because in general, bro, like, especially as someone who's in the background kind of with the music stuff, like, you kind of realize that kind of emotion in artistry gets put into it so much that those emotional attachments to those songs, especially if you're a real artist and you care about the shit, you got to kind of separate yourself from that. And that's damn near impossible to do sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Because you're really separating an emotion and logical thing, and sometimes those clash a lot, bro.
Yeah.
So you're over here talking about a lot of like emotion shit, which, yo, bro, that's important for your music.
It's crazy.
But when it comes to dropping, that's logistics, that's business, that's everything else.
And that's it right there. Is when I released my first project that I was proud of, which was the last one at the top of 2022, was Designer Clothes and Trash Bags. And I made that
Trademark
album, right? Designer Clothes and Trash Bags, and it's a dope album. It's crazy because you hear it, you're gonna be like, "Damn, that's Chonch." Like that was the first album that's fully me, like the person that I'm projecting.
Dope cover.
And you know what I'm saying? Thank you, I appreciate it. And the one thing is in my head, even though I don't allow a lot of things to get to me, I've always been that type of person where my confidence is strong because I use the gym to get my confidence strong. You know what I mean? I have a whole bunch of other things to keep my self-esteem up, but I put so much into that project, especially with the time I crashed my car. You know, I hurt my finger at the gym. My bone came out. It was crazy.
He wasn't getting any hoes.
Good thing I had a girl. You know what I mean? But
it's cool. Don't worry.
He doesn't get hoes.
He doesn't get.
He doesn't. No.
You know, I don't get hoes. You know, I don't. I don't. That's a fact.
Right. Just a few.
Just a few. Just one. You know. Nah, man. You know. But then, and I heard it, man. So it was the same time where like I lost that confidence. So when I released that album, all my confidence was in it, and I kind of let it go. So this last year, I was just kind of refining myself, my purpose.
You know what's funny, bro? I remember that. I remember that time period because, you know, we would talk like every week, a couple times, and then I saw that in you. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, what happened to damn near looking like you on coke, Chonch? You know what I'm saying? Like the energy was lower every time I seen you. Like I remember one time you came here, bro, and I was like, bro, what's good with you, man? Like we were sitting on that couch, I just looked at you, man, disappointed. Yeah. And I was like, and you were like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm just drained, man. I don't know what's going on. And that's around that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was right during the making of this album.
Yeah, I remember when you fucked your finger and shit.
Yeah, and I was making this album during that time, and I was just trying to get through life. You feel me? It was a hard year for me. It's a hard year for everybody, you know. And it was just, but the thing was the artistry. I forgot about the business aspect, and that's what I woke up this year was. This is 10% music, 90% business, and I forgot. Yeah. I'm a businessman. I own a business. Facts. I don't just rap. Facts. I own a full-fledged business. I've been doing that for well over a decade. And I had to tap into the business. So this last year, I was like, yo, I got to get back on my business boss shit because I was so caught up in my artist shit. And now what's coming out with this new album is I found that perfect sweet balance of both. You know what I mean? And I'm taking over the game, Dallas. I'm telling you, it's super savage. Chonch 5,000 back in this game, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I've just been thinking about it a lot, like, because, as somebody who makes music, like, I love making albums, you know? But I've been just looking around, like, you know, what's really, like, the trade-off between that and, like, I don't think you want to do albums at the expense of singles.
You know,
because, like, you need to be constantly dropping singles. Spotify says, like, we will algorithmically promote you and we will playlist you if you drop every 4 to 6 weeks.
And I think you're right, bro, because, yes, right, the consistency matters. Then you find examples like people like Russ who talk about that. Like, I dropped every week until I blew up.
Right.
Every week. And then the problem is, bro, and it's hard to take in as somebody's, like, because you're attached to the music like we talked about earlier. And this is just not you, this is a generalization. Bro, no one gives a fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're
100%.
important. Yo, bro, you're important, and you're a beast. But a lot of people don't give a fuck.
Oh, 100%.
So that if you're dropping a big project, and yours only 7, so that's decent. To me, that's like a quick EP, right?
Yep.
But like if you're dropping a big project and no one really gives a fuck, what's the anticipation, bro? I say the same thing about like when people put up flyers for shows, and sorry, I'm not just someone, and I'm like, bro, when they'll put up, and I'm like, yo, who cares about these 12 people? Why isn't the show big enough yet?
Bro, I think when you're coming up, it's all about how many videos you have.
Yeah, visuals are mad important, bro.
I was about to say that it don't matter anymore, because you remember this. I remember dropping single, and it's great, and it works.
Yeah.
And it works to the fact that in which you can build a community that will support you. But what works better is proper promoting, which you could, like what Dallas did, which was the best example, is you can release a project. And you can do this any which way, in whatever order. You can either do the promotion for the project, release the project, or release the project and keep promoting the project, which is how record labels and everything do. It's called a marketing rollout.
Bro.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I didn't do with my last album is I did a marketing rollout, but it wasn't how I wanted to because my team wasn't ready for it. You know,
that's something you gotta learn how to do.
And that's really it. Yeah. So I had to fall on that so I can come back with this one and be like, no. This is how we're gonna do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? We're gonna do it the right way this time.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that last shit? That you could still promote it tomorrow. And because so many people, exactly.
They never heard it.
And so many people haven't heard it. Kind of like, bro, Shy Glizzy just dropped the fucking video for that white girl song that came out in 2014, bro. And it's still popping, bro, because it got so much like demand for it. That song went like multi-platinum.
Probably, yeah. I don't doubt it.
Why did he now do a video?
Because he had one of the most popping mixtapes at the time.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a full-on public release like that. He came up off that shit. So when he came up, that song just took off. Everyone was listening to Shy Glizzy. But then now that song just always pops off because everyone loves that shit. Yeah. So then they were like, yo, I'm gonna make a video for it now. So you've dropped the video. And it's still getting millions of views.
10 years later, that's how it works, man. And that's how you know when songs are timeless.
Like 8 years.
You can, and that's why I'm not stressing. I'm not stressing because the whole releasing single and albums, like for me, there's no difference because when you're gonna promote it, it's gonna be promoted like a single.
Treat it like that, yeah.
It's gonna be you're gonna make up one post for one song, or you're gonna make several posts for one song.
The one reason to drop singles, I think, is because of the streaming platform.
Oh yeah, for the stream, 100%. Yeah. But what I'm not even stressing though is streaming, because I get streams every day, which is the weirdest part. I got people that actually listen to my shit in Mexico, Brazil. I got London, and I got the numbers.
I got cousins
and
too.
But it's crazy because I don't even have a lot of streamers or monthly listeners around here. But I actually have real people out there, so much so that I would get DMs every now and then.
I've seen them.
Yeah, and I showed them. I was like, people like, yo, I love this song. Every now and then I'll get a random DM.
Some random Brazilian people, bro.
Brazilian dude, some Mexican dude. They're like, yo, I love this song.
Right.
And what I'm realizing is, cool, the Spotify streams could, or whatever, can boost me up there. And yeah, it can give me a little bit of clout over here. But the biggest part is that I'm working on now is I'm really focused on just building a tight community, bro. Yeah. A small group, tight community. To rock and build with the kid, which I already have.
Yeah.
But now this year, I'm going to bring that community together with my music. You know, I'm going to host events. I'm not going to go to events. I see everybody going to a show. No. I ain't doing that this year. Mm-hmm. I ain't going to go pay a promoter to go be at a show.
To be one of 30 people?
Nah, what I'm doing this year is I got money.
Shout out.
I'm going to host a show. If anything, I'm going to make money because it's business.
Yeah.
And this is where artists are losing. And this is what I'm understanding is artists are so caught up in their artistry that they still think that going to do a show and performing in front of people but not following up, they're not getting emails, they're not getting contacts, they're not doing the real grimy business work. They think that's going to work. And bro, I had to figure this out, and I had to really sit down with myself and be like, that ain't gonna work, bro.
Yeah, we get sold on a lot of shortcuts these days.
Yeah, bro. And you really gotta hustle the internet.
They think if they just pay this and that guy for this opportunity or whatever,
then
they're gonna get put on, and it just doesn't happen, man.
It could. Don't get me wrong. It could though.
Pretty fucking rare.
But there's the outliers. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
but if you want to take it, here's the thing. I don't want to play a game of chance where I'm putting
you could try to get lucky, or you could just follow the steps and do it.
Yeah, I don't want to put my luck in your hands.
Right.
I want to create my own luck.
Facts.
I want to work. I can do that myself. I'm a person that likes to be accountable for my own actions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't want to put my hope into someone else so that I can hopefully connect with this artist that's going to perform.
Yeah.
I'd rather get all that energy and hope and put it in me, which is what and that's when I talk about the self-confidence. You'll be surprised, bro. A lot of these people, and I'm looking at y'all too, I know a lot of you rappers that be out here in the streets. Y'all be gang banging, whatever, talking about shooting, selling, whatever. Bro, I grew up with y'all, bro. Don't lie to me, bro. I'm the house that y'all came to and be like, nigga, I want to be like you, bro, because you doing this right. And I didn't understand that because I be looking at y'all, be like, y'all doing this right. What do you mean? What do you mean? And then I had to come to the agreement. It's like, I don't stick with the bullshit. You feel me? I'm really about business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see a lot of trappers out here and rappers, they still trapping. That's not real business, bro. Listen to Wallow Gilly. Listen to anybody who has real, like all these, they're giving you game. Get out the streets.
Yeah.
And this is what I had to figure out. You see, and the thing is, it's called a shortcut. It's called a short. You know, you see a lot of these rappers out here, and they got a glow. They got this, and they gambling, though. When I'm like, bro, if you really take the business side of this and treat yourself like a record label, you're not gambling anymore. You're just playing the game and give it time and you'll blow.
Right.
And that's what I feel like I'm getting to with after the release of this album. That's the direction I'm headed towards.
Yeah. So what things are you going to do specifically?
Focusing a lot more on my content. I used to post 100 pieces of content a day back in 2019.
That's HHC. You ever fuck with HHC?
You know what the person's blank.
Yeah.
You know, but I remember
Yeah.
when I used to post 100 pieces of content across a few platforms every 24 hours. And I did that because it was a challenge. I remember Gary Vee did a challenge, and it was post 100 pieces of content, and I damn sure did that.
Yo, that guy's coke dealer must be caked up.
Right? but I remember doing that. But
Shout out Gary Vee.
The thing was, at the time, I didn't have the product,
Yeah.
aka
To catch on.
To catch on. I didn't have the music.
Yeah.
I was just kind of shying away and selling myself off as a producer. You know, remember when I was just making beats and I didn't want to record, even though I've always rapped my entire life.
That was like before I knew you.
You know, that was right. That was right at the cusp of meeting me.
Right.
And now I'm going to redo that, but in the manner of my music. It's something I've never done. I realized this the other day. I think I told Jeriel this, but I've been in social media, working business. I've created a 6-figure business in training through social media since 2013.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You
So
didn't even
like,
have to sell no ass.
and it's funny because like I didn't even do ads or anything like that. I just kind of posted, worked with social media, and built a business, a legitimate business. And the one thing that always frustrated me more recently was I never did that with my music. But that's what I'm doing now. So going back to it, content, certain structure, post 3-4 times a day.
Ads.
Run some ads again, you know, get a budget to the side, you know, you run a couple ads. Those are separate contents from the one that you're posting. Could be the same.
Right.
You know, but I'm going to attack it this way because I got to treat it as business, man. And at the same time, build a community.
I think like what you were talking about, like, so, like you got any type of like email list strategy or anything like that? Because I think that's something that like a lot of people miss.
So I'm actually...
Or text message.
I was about to say, I'm actually trying to, instead of doing an email list or a text message, I'm actually going to go a little bit more forward into the future. And I'm going to start doing Discords.
Discord's pretty good.
Discord is like the new email groups, the new...
Well, here's the thing, though. The reason why text and email is really good is because it's like a permanent contact that you own. Like if Discord shuts down and you have a huge community, you're just out.
You're lost, yeah. No, definitely phone number for sure.
Yeah.
For the tight community, but I want to start building with Discord.
But I mean, you're not wrong.
Email for sure. You know that it would come into it.
Take every Discord member. You might take their email.
Take their email
Yeah,
address.
like
You know
like
what
Tory
I mean?
Lanez is you know free that guy, but they had he when he did live streams, he has a Discord for his fans. Yeah. And then he'll post nights where he's like, yo, producers who are my fans, send me beats and I'll record on them. He has a few live streams. It's on YouTube. You can see him do it. He'll pick 3 beats out. He'll give you some chances. He'll listen to 2 to 3 from each person and then pick it out if you win like the votes of like who should I work with.
That's
You know what
kind
I'm
of
saying?
crazy.
Yeah.
Then you get a Tory Lane song.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
like this, bro. I saw some
They
do
start
it.
fucking
There's a
throwing shit
video
up.
of him
Probably
making
have to
like
have his
3
NFT or something.
songs.
Yeah.
He made like 3 songs and picking 3 different producers and just said, "Well, y'all fucking with this?" And then letting the people like choose, like
Which
vote
one is
for
which,
it.
yeah.
Exactly. So
Awesome.
then people would be like, "Okay, I got these 3 beats from Dallas, for example," and then be like, "Which ones y'all fucking with?" And he'll play them through, and then he'll be like, "All right, let's get it," and then boom, instantly, bro.
That's
It's crazy.
dope. That's
But like,
dope.
yeah, Discord community is important because people need to feel connected to you as a person.
Bro, it's like it's been like a reaction to like the way that like sort of the first phase of social media just kind of gave everybody access to the entire world. Now I think we're all kind of retracting from that and being like, I desire more of like a private community.
I
for a
want
little
this.
while,
I
you
like
know?
that. You know what I
Discord's
mean?
taking off.
No,
yeah.
facts, because I feel like everyone's falling into their own little groups and
Yeah.
shit because it makes
It's
you
becoming.
feel part
It's
of
becoming.
something.
It's
It's funny,
becoming.
that's how Facebook started.
It's
too.
becoming high school again. Everybody's getting into their own little cliques, but the cliques now are different social medias. You know what I mean? And this is what's happening. I gotta tap in, or I'm going to tap in to my community because I know my community's out there. I know y'all listen to my music. I know y'all watch me. You know, I be doing these giveaways, giving back away to my community, and that's when they show up. And it's crazy because it was crazy how crazy your community will show up to you when you want to give back to them. You know what I mean? And I realize a lot of rappers
free
ain't.
shit, yeah.
And it's not even love free shit. Is they've always been there. For example, all these people that show up for the giveaways are people that I know in real life, people that I chat with, maybe on a regular daily basis, or every now and then whenever I do talk to you, it's only good vibes.
Right.
And then that's what made me realize they're my community. You know, so I appreciate y'all for rocking with the kid because
That's a good way to think about it.
y'all rocking with me. We gonna go up. I'm gonna take you with me. You feel me?
Are
And
you launching an NFT?
Oh,
Yes or no?
yeah,
I
for
heard-
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Wow.
I'm launching an NFT, and actually, I'll give you a little sneak peek with this. So my NFT project, I actually am working with my buddy. We haven't really sat down and got anything started yet. We've only talked ideas, and we've talked about releasing an NFT. But he's in that space, and he's gonna help me release the NFT. He's gonna get everything organized. But I'll give y'all an idea.
Is it going to give you, the owner, access to your OnlyFans?
And my Patreon.
And your Patreon. Wow, that's
You guys
a good
get
deal,
access
dude.
to my. Get the fuck out of here with the OnlyFans, son.
You don't have one?
That's
I don't
only
got
on
an
Saturday.
I thought you did. Dude.
I got a
I
Patreon,
thought somebody
though.
told me that.
Someone you be
somebody
telling
told me you
everybody
had
about my
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans,
Bro, I'm the only guy subscribed.
He's the only.
He's the only fan?
He's the only fan.
You know what he
He's
does?
supposed to be
he
an
literally doesn't do
OnlyFans.
shit on there. He just posts his music. It's annoying. It's like I thought you had hoes, bro.
Nah, bro, that's the only fan. You know what I'm saying? It's not OnlyFans. I have OnlyFan.
So I feel like musicians
only for Brazilian people.
should get on OnlyFans and post. I mean, I guess Patreon's kind of for that, right? Like that might be somewhere where you could take those 80 songs and put them up. You know what I'm saying?
I
Then the
could.
community can be like, I want to hear everything Chonch is doing.
Everything.
I'm
You
gonna
know
pay
what I mean?
$5 a month for access to that.
Create
And you have a
OnlyFans.
folder where like you just say, "Qual, put my shit there."
I could.
know?
I could. And the thing is, I like that idea. I like that idea. That sounds like a new idea. And I feel like I could. You know, there's all these things that we as artists should do to start building better communities instead of, just drop and do shows. Because it's cool, like, it's cool seeing the dude, and there's a lot of dudes out here that got hype, and I ain't knocking your hustle. I ain't knocking that hustle. I love watching anybody from here getting that success. You know, I'm behind you. If you from here and you hustling out here, I'm behind you. You know what I mean? I'm rooting for you. I'm supporting you. You know, I'm also recognizing as a businessman that this is a business. And if you want to work the business side of this, community is very, very important. You know, very, very important. But stay on the watch, because I'm going to have my community locked down real soon. You know, you're going to see this summer, I might even throw my own parties and events with just my, get a friend, and it's all going to be free. It's all going to be free, because that's what
Brazilians
I
only.
understand. You know, a lot of people do, like, pay to go see somebody at a show. I don't think that's right. I don't think you should tell your fans to come pay to watch you.
Well,
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. How much of these have you had?
I don't know. Nah, but for real. Think about it like this.
No, like, look at Bad Bunny. You saw what he did, yo? He had thousands of people. He sat on top of a gas station.
Think about it like
On
this.
a golf gas station on the top of the roof thing, and he performed for everyone for free.
Think about it like
Puerto
this.
Rico.
Think about it like this.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think a rapper at this level should have fans pay to come watch them.
What level? What do you mean? At your level?
At my level, at the level of
Lower.
In general,
Slightly higher.
if you're running less than 100 people shows, 100-person shows,
Yeah.
I don't think you should have your fans come in and pay for a little bit.
Yo, you know what I want to say with that comment? Yo, if you're charging 20 bills and you get 50 streams a song, like, you need to get your life together, bro. We're not paying no $20 to see you. Like, 10 is cool, because I could at least bring somebody else.
I mean,
but $20, bro, 15, all right, if I know you and you're
Now
cool.
let me explain.
it's always market rate, right? Like how many,
That's
like
cool,
how many people can fit? Like how much are people willing? Because like you can only fit so many people at a show.
I'd say 100. I'm saying that's a little too much. I would say if you're still bringing about 30 to 50 people of your own, I think that's enough money where you can invest. Stop smoking weed for a week. Feel me? Stop smoking weed for 2 weeks. Get that money, your weed money, and go throw a party. And that one party that you throw, that you invest in your fans, you tell them free food, free drink, all I need is your presence.
Yeah.
Bro, you'll get all 30, 40 people there.
It's not a bad idea.
Well, but to be honest,
Spend
I think that's a good
$1,000.
point,
It's
bro.
just done.
Because
And
do you
then-
know how depressing it is to go to a show that you're hyping up so crazy, and then we're at Middle East and there ain't nobody there?
Yeah, 'cause
like
they're
that's
charging.
that's sad.
'Cause they're
like
charging.
maybe you taking that L and paying for them people to come, like pay for their tickets, is worth it because. You know what I'm saying? You might buy a watch, a chain, whatever it is, buy too much weed.
I mean, the
but you
venues
won't
are
do that?
expensive. Like, you got to
No,
spend like a
facts.
couple grand.
But that's the problem right there.
I'm not saying if it's your own show.
That's the
I'm
problem
saying
right
if you're
there.
part of one.
If you're going to pay a venue to put up a show, to then try to sell tickets, to hopefully get people there, just listen to the process. It's not there. Everything is chance. Everything is just kind of throwing the dice. You're spending money and throwing the dice. But
It depends
if
on where you're at.
If you, for example,
Yeah.
if I post right now doing a $25 giveaway, guess what this is, or comment on my last post, or go stream this song,
Yeah.
you'll be surprised how many people show up. And then you do it again and you say, you know what, guys, these same people, you send a DM to all 60 people that just responded for that $25 and be like, yo, I noticed that you did this. You feel me? I'm hosting a show. Free food. I'm giving a free t-shirt to everyone. It's going to be at this day. Now you got 60 people there because they want to get, if they're willing to comment to get $25, I guarantee you they're going to go there for a free t-shirt, free this, free that. And it's like, wow, I'm investing into my core fan base. And now that I got a core fan base,
and they're willing to do.
now they'll pay for things.
That's facts.
Now they'll pay for
I think that's a good concept.
You're saying do free shows early on as a marketing device.
Yeah, and that's what's gonna. And shout out to tell all the people out there, all the people that supported me. There's gonna be some free shows with free food, Brazilian food. There's gonna be free liquor for y'all. There's gonna be so much free stuff for y'all to enjoy because I'm all about enjoyment. I want y'all to feel the music. I want y'all to feel what I bring to the table. You know what I mean?
Where do you like? I mean, that's a big investment for a lot of people. Though. I think that's like kind of unreasonable to expect out of most like beginner artists.
I ain't most beginner artists.
I'm not saying you are, but like
But
you're kind of stating it as like.
And I say this,
You need
and
to be doing this
and
like
I
this.
say that, and exactly right there. Let's take the words that you said. That's
Yeah.
for most beginner artists, for sure. And I'm not approaching this from an artist perspective anymore.
Yeah.
I'm approaching this from a businessman perspective. And before me being an artist, during the time of me being an artist, I was also a businessman and am a businessman. So that's why I'm saying you have to. It's like this is like the streets, bro. First sample's free. First sample's on me. You're gonna give one sample? No, you're gonna give out 1,000 free samples first. You're gonna lose a little bit of money, but watch them all come back. Because if the product is good, if the community's tight, if the event that you host is dope, why wouldn't they want to come?
No, I'm not. It's a dope idea.
Dallas,
It's a dope idea.
to comment on that too, when you said how will a new artist do it, my rule of thumb would be this: if you're on your song talking about the money you get, talking about these hoes and how you in the sections and
I mean,
look at my jewelry. No, hold on. If you're doing all that, and I see the money you spending too, if I see a fucking 1942.
Shit,
if I see a 1942 bottle and you can't pay for a few people to come fucking see you, then bro, your priorities is fucked up.
How do you expect someone to pay to come see you if you've never really done anything for them?
And $20,
Yeah.
man.
If you've never really done anything.
That's a fact. I mean, that's one of like the big principles of marketing too, is that you have to you have to give people something before you ask them.
Facts.
Yeah,
for something.
It's not just marketing. It's called being a nice human being.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna ask of
energy
anything of you if I've never given anything to you.
Right.
I want to be someone to give to people.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, yo, go just listen to my music. Let me just take your attention. I don't want your attention, bro. I want to earn your attention. Right. You feel me? I want to earn your friendship. I want to earn the community. Because with that, I remember as my favorite artist back then, before there was social medias and stuff like that, or there were, but artists weren't really on it like that. You know, they weren't, you would connect so hard to the music, but now because there's social media, I feel like sometimes people's personas are tainting their music. You know what I mean? Like he said, you talking all this money, bitches, this and that, you spending clubs, this and that, and it's like, yeah, that sounds cool, but it's like, if you don't know the dude, it's like, maybe I don't even want to go to his shows. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you kind of get scared. You kind of get scared of the person now because, like, it's something's not right, something's not matching. But if you say, yo, come meet me as a person.
But, bro, it's because...
Let's say, you know, and any artist can do this with one event.
Well, I would tell you this, right? Because, like, to add on to what you're saying, I think even going out to see someone is an investment of time and effort and money in itself. Think about it. Be like, okay, I got to make sure I get dressed. I got to make sure I leave on time. I got to make sure I make it there. I got to pay for this.
If I'm driving, hopefully there's parking.
In Boston, bro. And then
get shot.
It's like a
lot.
lot.
I don't get shot depending where the show is.
There we go too. You know what I'm saying?
Feel me,
and then
man.
when you go there and it just don't feel like it was money well spent. You feel me? That's like, you feel
the guy, you don't
off.
even talk to the artist. You just see them for maybe a moment. You say what's up, and then that artist never really gets to click with you because they're in artist mode.
Yeah,
they're trying to do a show. They're trying to do that, but that from the get, I feel like
I do think that the show experience, like the local show experience, generally kind of sucks.
Kind of garbage.
Like going and standing there watching a place where the speakers are really loud, and you watch 10 artists, your friend is performing. And like
then they leave when their friend is done.
Yeah, and it's like, and you obviously just stand there and stare at them, you know, with like a shitty light setup and everything. Like it sucks, dude. So I think I definitely agree with what you're saying as far as like it should be more like a party.
Thank you. I was about to say
a party where they're like
parties.
playing your music.
Yep.
Like I think vibe. I think it'd be cool if there were shows where like
break it down.
You featured artists, like this artist is here, this artist is here, this artist is here. And they had a section or something like that with them and their crew, and there was a DJ, and then the DJ just kind of cycles through and plays everybody's music that they're featuring that night.
Fact, we talked about this before, bro. Like it should be, like the party itself and the vibe should be bigger than the names that you're bringing. Because like I said earlier, you put 12 people on a flyer that nobody fucking knows, no disrespect to no one, and then you expect that to be the attractor. Like, that's not going to bring no one different. It's going to be the same fucking people. It's going to be the same size crowds. And it's a very limiting thing to do. I think you have to build a brand, and around that brand, people know I'm going to go have a good time. Instead of it being about those people no one fucking knows or cares about. Yeah, like no one really cares that much. Right, sadly, man. I'm so sorry. And you know what's funny? That's fucked up to even say it. But it's the truth.
And honestly, that's why I strayed away from falling into that rapper category this last year. Yeah. Because I wanted to build myself up again. Yeah. I wanted to build it up again where it's like, it's hard to not fall into what the crowd is doing when it looks like what the crowd is doing is right.
I mean, yeah, you feel like you're supposed to do this and that.
But then when you give it a step back, you start realizing what they doing ain't right. Ain't effective. Yeah. You know, and then you got to figure out what's right. How can I do this right?
I look around and I say, like, okay, specifically in Boston, like, what do people like to do at night? Where do they go?
Bars.
Bars and clubs.
Bars and clubs.
Nobody's going to see live music. So if we want people to be interested in us as artists and into our music, we need to present it in that setting.
In that vibe. Yeah. In that kind of vibe. It has to be a drinking party vibe.
Yo,
and if you don't want to pay for a huge venue, like a club, you're paying $3,000 to rent it for a night, $4,000.
Speaking of that, shout out to my homie Skip to Dip. He's got Fiesta Rumba, January 15th.
Facts.
Hit up his...
Shout out Skip
look
to
up,
Dip.
Look up, so what he's doing what we're talking about.
Yeah.
He's having like a lit show.
That's what's up.
Like, it's going to be like Spanish-based, all that shit.
Yep.
And it's going to be with DJ Elsid. It's on the 15th. I can't remember the exact location, but if you go to Skip to Dip or you go to DJ Elsid, you'll find it, the flyer.
That's awesome.
But yeah, because I was there when they first started talking about that shit, and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like, it's true, like, especially when it comes to like Spanish music, for instance, it's more about the vibe. The girls love dancing to it. You know what I'm saying? It's a party, but then he's got artists coming.
Right.
You know what I mean? The artists to me are like the secondary thing. You know, but they're also going to become the primary because they're part of the party show.
Part of the party.
Just make it really obvious who they are. Put their fucking Instagrams up big so everybody starts following them and shit. Like, that's all you need. You don't need to fucking stand
and who
up
knows,
there.
bro?
Yeah.
People will come for the litness, but then they'll leave with the like, yo, I fuck with that person. Like, I've been to shows before where I've seen someone perform, and I'm like, damn, bro, that guy was nasty. And then I would go up and like, yo, what's your IG? You know what I'm saying? That happens a lot.
You be doing that type of giveaway type of shit after shit too.
Yeah, one of the biggest giveaways that I'm gonna do this year, one of my goals is I want to give away 100 pieces of merch. Well, so I want to do 100 different giveaways, 100 pieces of merch because this is the vibe we rocking in today. You know, designer clothes. Yeah, right. It's great. I love that reaction because it's always the reaction. You feel me? Designer clothes. I rather the chuckle instead of that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's cute.
Right?
Oh, nice.
But it's clever. It's clever. And it came, and it came from my last album, Designer Clothes and Trash Bags. And I'm like, I grew up wearing designer clothes that came in trash bags. You know, it's funny, it's all hand-me-downs. You know, Mama Dukes had it lucky. She used to work for some rich people. They used to throw away designer clothes with tags on it. Used to be like, yo, I don't want this.
That was crazy. I remember you telling me that.
She used to tell, they used to tell my mom, she used to be the maid and be like, yo, can you go throw this out? Yeah. And she'd be like, throw this out. They're like, yeah. Because they used to have so much money in clothes. They literally couldn't handle it. But their throwaways was our, you know what I mean?
I remember this nigga was eating French toast and we were talking about that and then you were like, bro, that's the name.
That's the name. That's the name. But, you know, I want to give about 100 pieces of merch to people, just weekly giveaways.
That's a good idea, man.
You know, weekly, do 2 giveaways a week. Like, here's a t-shirt, what's your size, you win. But obviously attach that with my music. Because now it's I give them something tangible. I give them something tangible. And after 100 giveaways, I feel like if it's not 100 different people, you know what I mean? Like, they finally have something in mind that's not just the music.
You know what I was thinking would be kind of a smooth idea? Is to go around to, like, convenience stores and shit where, like, a place where there's, like, typically, like, a guy that's working there and mad people come in all day and give that guy a t-shirt. Because his clothes probably all suck. He just has, like, bullshit t-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he'll just like, throw on your t-shirt, like, once, twice a week and be standing there all day. And everybody comes in and sees, like, what the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that? I like that. Little QR code.
Yeah, QR, just whatever. Just they see the brand, you know?
You know?
It starts to put it in their head.
It could. It could. But there's all these little marketing things, man. And I'm excited for that to present this new marketing rollout with this new album.
I'm excited for you, man.
Out,
I've been hearing this album for a little bit now, and I love it, man. You know, the whole time my reaction's always been like, well, why the fuck isn't it out? You know, so
but once it's out, it's a lot more music coming after that. And if there's one thing I learned in this last year of making music and working in business is that your confidence is everything. The moment you feel something or someone affecting your confidence, affecting your energy, you got to address it.
Definitely.
You got to address it, whether if it's your own vices or if it's someone else, a friend in your circle that's just bringing the negative energy, you got to address it. You got to address it because if you don't address it, it's going to start weighing on you. And if it weighs on you, and as an artist, we live a life that's called a slippery slope. We running out of time. That's how we feel.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's not a reality, but it's how we feel.
Right.
You know? If there's one thing I learned is that, man, it's you gotta protect your confidence. You gotta protect it, build an energy around it.
Yeah. A big thing with that, right, is boundaries. You know, like that's like in your principles and shit. And like, anything that you feel like is breaking you down, you just have to cut it out.
Cut it out.
I think self-hypnosis is a powerful tool.
Self-hypnosis?
Like that's like convincing yourself that you're greater than
I'm good and people like me.
Exactly. Like, not to the point where you're a fucking psychotic person, right? But I mean, to the point where you're like, you move with purpose and you move with a certain goal. If you move like you're a winner, you're usually gonna win, bro. And you're usually gonna associate
that's
with
the
winners.
secret type shit. Like,
like,
you know, because there's no, I don't think there's any magic. You know the secret, right? Like the manifestation shit. Like, fucking, like, I don't necessarily think there's like magic to it, but I think that when
Our
you
brain is
believe,
powerful, dude.
when you believe, like all of your micro actions guide you towards like
Facts.
realizing
You're gonna
your
move
belief.
as if, bro.
Yeah,
Like it's
right.
kind of like, you know, when you like to take it to like a relationship, right? If you think that shit's always gonna fail, or they're gonna cheat,
Yeah.
they're gonna cheat then because you're gonna act as if you're gonna treat them like they are.
Yeah.
That or it's gonna end already. You know what I'm saying? If you take that to everything, it's always gonna be like that.
Right.
You know what's interesting? That our brain has this thing inside of it called the RAS, the reticular activating system, which basically means that if you get a new car, a Honda Civic, red, you're going to start noticing every red Honda Civic out there.
That's facts.
Because your
Oh, yeah.
brain's focus is on what you kind of are cherishing or like or putting your emotions and
Thinking
attitude
about,
into,
yeah.
thinking about,
Recognizing,
right?
yeah.
And what Jerry Yell is talking about, going back, most rappers talking about getting this in the streets, this and that, the more they keep their brain on that, the more they're going to stay in that box. You know what I mean? And this is when I said that you have to go and build your confidence. You got to get out there. You got to go test drive that car that you want to drive, that you want to buy. You know what I mean? Go to Florida, South Beach, Miami. Go take a vacation instead of spending $500 at the club. You know what I'm saying? Go put your focus on what you want in life, and your focus will start appearing more and more every day.
So, Chonch, I got a question for you, bro. Like, so let's say we're in the future a little bit, right? What would be something that happens that you're like, damn, I fucking made it? Like that one of those moments. What about in your head? What do you think that would be?
The answer I'm going to give you is not an answer that you're going to like, or because the way you're asking, I know what you're asking. You asked me, imagine if we're in the future. And at the same time you're saying that, you're saying, if I made it, what would that be like?
No, I'm saying when you do. I'm saying, what are those moments like? Help the people look into it.
I'll explain it, and this is why I said it's a little weird, because I'm already there.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't need to be in the future to feel like I already made it. So that's why it was a little weird of a question to me, because I already feel like I made it.
I got you, bro, but I think we need, let me clarify my question.
Go ahead.
Right, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of when those moments happen where it feels a little surreal, where you're like, yo, I met this person. I actually worked with this person. Like one of those like notches that you hit, one of those plateaus you climb over.
Okay, I'll tell you the truth.
When you can't be in the mall cafeteria anymore.
Yeah, legit.
Because you got arrested that one time.
But I've always, it's one time, Jeriel, you're still holding it against me. But no, for real, peep this. This is what I mean. And I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
I've realized that a while back when I looked to my left and my cousin was my videographer. I looked to the right and my friends are producers and engineers. And DJs at the club.
Yeah.
And then I realized, holy shit, I'm
that
here.
you get hosts.
Yeah, right.
No, but for real, but that's when I realized. That's when you have to realize you didn't just make it. You're making it.
You're making it. Yeah, got you.
You're making it.
I actually don't hate that answer.
And you ready for this?
You know what
and
he means too. Like there's got to be something like.
And I'll add on to that.
Yeah,
and in that year of process of me losing the confidence, I started feeling like I remember when I was in it. You guys remember me. You guys know me. I was in it. I felt like I was making it. I made it. And then when I started losing the confidence, I needed something to reassure that. And what did reassure that was when I was at VCon, Gary V's VCon this year in May. And I got to freestyle for Illmind.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I remember that video.
And I got to rap in front of Illmind.
You rapped Hot Fries, right?
I rapped Hot Fries off the top, no mess up, straight up off the bar, like off the head, boom. And I remember everyone around me with their phones out. And I remember Illmind looking at me and vibing to the song. And the chuckle came out. The same chuckle you said when you saw Designer Clothes.
Yeah.
It was like this chuckle where it was like, wow, that's clever. Wow, there's something there. And he laughed and he started like, towards the end of the thing, you can see in the video, he started like rapping the lyrics. And right when I ended the video and I talked to him for like about a minute, he looked at me and he was like, bro, you really do got it. Wow. He looked at me and he said, yo, you do got it.
That's sick, dude.
You know what it is, bro?
And he used the word really.
Yeah.
And that's what gets you is when someone listens to something
He's been
and
in
they
the rooms
say
with the biggest too.
They say that's really good.
Yeah.
Or they say, wow, that's really good when you play to a friend because they're not expecting that.
Yeah.
They're not expecting it to be that good. And when he said, yo, you really got it. keep going. And I was like, yo, you like that? And he was like, yo, you really got it.
Yeah.
And I left there, and I kid you not, I was trembling, bro.
That's so awesome.
I was trembling, bro.
That's a dope moment, bro.
You know?
What?
And then I rapped to Gary Vee an hour later. And no, but for real though.
And then is after that trip, like after that?
And that was the confirmation and that was a couple months ago, and that's what was part of my confidence building. I would have never known. You know what the funniest part is? You want to know what true confidence is? You know how I got there? I sold my car.
Wow.
Rappers are talking about spending money here, this and that. I sold my car so I can get money.
Oh yeah, I didn't see you with that car for a little bit.
I sold it.
Sense.
I sold
now,
it.
Mystery
I
solved.
looked at my
know that.
car and I said, I can get a solid, 10 bands off of this. And my car is something that was my baby. This and that. It's like everybody's car. But for my car, and it was funny because it was like breaking down a little bit, and it was at the time to kind of like, it's either I sell it or I fix it. But I don't see it as coincidences. The same time that I had to sell it or fix it was the same time I had to make a choice of going to VCon or not.
Yeah.
So I sold the whip, went to VCon with the money so I can have money to take a week off and pay for the rent and this and that and not fuck myself over financially.
Right.
You know what I mean? Did that, got there, and it was crazy because I took that chance. I got to live life. I got to leave my comfort zone. And I took those chances, and that's what gave me that reassurance. Like, yo,
yeah,
you really do got this.
That's sick.
And if y'all listen to the music, you can tell me. I don't like saying, I got this, I'm nasty, I'm good. No, I do like saying, I do this. I rap. You know what I mean? Because that's something I live and I do. I'm here. I don't need to wait till the future to make it. I already am. I'm making it. So I got Dallas, I got Jerry L,
So, real question though, are you him?
I'm Himothy.
He is Himothy, guys.
I'm Himothy. I'm Hemi Neutron.
Himothy Chalamet.
Himothy Chalamet. Hemi Neutron.
He is him.
Hemi John.
No, what I would say, bro, to be honest, to be real, I think I think that like that winner that people see in people, I think it's very telling. Like people can always read that shit off people. You feel me? Like you always tell me that shit too. You be like, bro, I already know like how great we are. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could tell. He's like, if you want to, I remember one time, I'll tell y'all this story. This nigga helps train me. And then I was sitting there, bro, I was blacked out, dead ass. I was not even on Earth. I was not on Earth.
This is in New Orleans?
No, I was working out with him. This motherfucker.
You passed out.
He was at my gym.
And then he's over here screaming at me, dog. Like I'm like barely alive, and he's over here yelling at me.
Wait, you really passed out, or like you're
no,
like?
No, I'm blacked out. Like life around me it didn't matter. It didn't matter, bro. You were in this different zone, and then he's yelling at me. He's talking about, Jerry, you want to do great things. He's like, it ain't easy. He's like, if you want to be great, you got to do great things, motherfucker. Get the hell up. Get the hell up. And I was just like looking around, and in his gym, he's got all these motivational shit on the wall. Shout out London Basquiat. And then it's just like, bro, there was no way you can feel like a loser in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In that moment, it just clicked. You feel me? Yeah. And like, ever since that, I always kept that in my mind. You know what I'm saying? It's all up here too. You know what I'm saying? It's a big mental thing. But bro, because to be honest, bro, the same way you see a winner, I be seeing losers, bro. Like the way they talk, the way they act, the way they move, the way they even present their music, bro. Like I think a loser attitude to do with your music is something like this, for example. You drop a project, you drop an album, you drop a song, you post it a few times, and then what happened to it? Like Tyler, Creator, one time talked about that. He's like, yo, what happened? It wasn't that good? You thought it was going to be like a lotto ticket? You drop it, that's it? Someone's gonna fucking find.
That's when you know that their emotions got to them.
Yeah.
When you see them dropping and stopping.
Yeah.
Get a manager, people.
No matter who the rapper is, we're all human.
That's
we're
facts,
all self-conscious.
Bro.
We're all self-conscious.
That's what I was trying to tell you earlier, bro. And I feel like a lot of issues with people in this business is like, I think it's imbalance, bro. Like they'll either do the artistry really well and the business part afterwards really badly, and I've seen people with the opposite. And honestly, I think it's a little worse. Their business will be so good and the music will be so bad. Yeah. And the only reason I get tight at
see it all the time.
Yeah, bro. That's why I get mad. Yep. I'm not, bro. I'm like,
because they're so good with the rollouts,
and it be so bad, bro.
But I respect those people more than I respect the ones that are just rapping.
Facts.
Yeah.
I didn't say
because it takes so much more confidence to really be out there.
Respecting like are different, okay?
Yeah.
I can respect 100%. It and still not like it.
100%.
Because so that shit pisses me off sometimes, but I'm like, I get it. There's some people who have a good balance, you know what I mean? But I feel like people should also take the time, and I do believe that to get the creative part out, like, and master it a little bit better, and maybe have somebody else deal with your shit, or, you know what I mean, collab with people to drop it, or something like along those lines.
Use AI.
Yeah, do something with your life. Use a fucking robot. Fuck
AI is
them.
the next shit.
ChatGPT.
Shout ChatGPT.
You know,
my boy.
Right.
Dude, have you like, that shit is.
I haven't used it yet.
It's fucking.
I haven't used it yet.
It's fucking.
I'm excited to use it though.
You know what's cool is I've used it a little bit, like, so now there's like the AI image generators too, where you can be like make a picture that looks like this. You can use ChatGPT.
Those have gotten better lately.
Oh, they're getting crazy. You can be like write a description of this, and it'll write like a detailed description for you. And then you take that, and then you feed that to the AI image generator.
And it goes and does
it. makes like a crazier image.
It's wild.
It's sick, dude. You messing with this one website called Refusion, where you can just type in the type of song that you want, and it makes it. And it does it. It's cool the way it does it. It makes it with images, because it uses the Stable Diffusion image generator, right? And it makes a spectrogram. Like, you ever seen in Serum how it has like the wave tables,
yep.
Or in like Isotope RX how it shows like a spectrogram of the audio. It generates that, and then it like plays that as music.
It's wild.
So it's kind of shitty, but it's also like you can just type in what you want, and it
does that. That's wild.
It's gonna get better.
I mean, it's gonna get way better than us, dude.
You just nerded out mad hard, by the way.
Fuck yeah.
No, because I'm listening and I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But then you're talking about plugins and VSTs and shit that, like, the people are like, what the fuck?
Hey, fucking,
it's all good.
This is for all types, dude.
That's true.
I think that all creative jobs are going to become much, much more about curation.
Yep.
Because the actual, like, job, like, the work of creating little shit, like, it's going to be all
That's
automated.
It's already being done.
All automated. So you have to be like, that's cool, and that's cool.
That's when I think that it'll improve things for this reason. I think that it'll separate who actually has a good ear and good taste from against the other people who just know how to who just do shit. Because I feel like you can throw shit at a wall until something sticks, right? Because that's what some people do.
Yeah.
But then there's some people who could really do this shit. Like, I've met people who are like amazing artists, like, musically speaking.
Yeah.
You know, and then I've met people who are really bad at it. And you might hear a good song or two out of them motherfuckers. And you'd be like, you might pump fake with that shit. People will really fuck with you just off that bullshit you dropped that was good that one time.
Yeah.
Because I've been in the studio with people who've done that. They'll do a fire ass song.
Right.
And you'd be like, damn, yo, they might have it. And then for months, nothing. Just nothing but garbage, bro. Or just nothing at all.
Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah, no, AI is
I'm kind of a hater. I'm sorry.
Everybody knows that.
So that.
Well, shit. Where do people find you, Chonch?
They already know to find me at Lucas Chonch, CHONCH. You gotta say it with your chest.
And he's soon gonna open up an Instagram/YouTube that's only Brazilian. Like, you should honestly, bro. I think that you should drop everything you do in English also as a Brazilian translation, not just your music. I mean your content. Like, when you go on one of your rants, you know what I'm saying? And I want you to do it in Brazilian too, and then drop that on a separate.
Honestly, I'm gonna tap into.
You know how many Brazilian motherfuckers is out here?
Yeah.
Nigga, go to Framingham, bro.
No, for real. I'm
talk
actually tapping into my Brazilian community. I'm gonna tap in.
You got to, bro. Shout out to the Cuchinhas.
Y'all are gonna be there.
Obrigado, and all that shit, dog. Portuguese. You feel me? Like, that's all I know. That's all I know. That's all you got from me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my Brazilian.
New album coming out February.
You said around the 1st.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, actually. I don't even know the date. New album coming out January. Where is it? Let's try that again. January 30th? Yeah, let's go. That's the Monday. So let's try that one more time. New album coming out January 30th.
January 30th. We got the date?
Yes, sir. That's the date. That's the week of February.
Let's go, dude.
You feel me? Let's try that shout out one more time. New album coming out January 30th. What Happens When We're Famous. That's the title of the album. I'm hoping that everybody's going to love this album. Love the music. According to the first song, Waves, y'all enjoyed it a lot. And I got a lot more for y'all. So I appreciate everybody that's been rocking with me. Stay tuned for more giveaways. We're going to rock it this month. It's going to be crazy. And I appreciate every single one of y'all that's been supporting me to this moment. All right?
And free to Top G.
Free to Top G.
And we appreciate you guys watching. We're going to give you a preview of the shit we recorded right before the show. Chonch, thank you for coming, brother. Jeriel, thank you for filling in for Fame. Thank you for watching. Hold up. There we go. All right.
From the bottom to the top, I felt the pain on me. And I know that everybody put they blame on me.